Hey, what's up guys, Blackline Android HD here, and tonight I'm gonna be reviewing a kernel for a special person. It is called Ktoonsez, and he is the developer for KT kernel for Samsung Galaxy S4. First of all, I want to thank him for giving his permission for making this review. And you may wonder what is special to this kernel, and I'll give you a few tips and hints and thoughts about it. This is gonna be the first part. The second part, I will be describing the kernel live on my device, on my Samsung Galaxy S4, excuse me. I'm just waiting again for my battery to charge in order to record with my camera. Thanks again to Ktoonsez, because as you may see here on his thread on XDA developers, it has almost over 1001 pages. Think that it is very hard for a developer to keep up with testers, with us users. He is that kind of person who answers any problems we send him. So let's say I flash this kernel and I got a freeze while browsing the internet, for example, on the device. With his app, the K-Tweaker, a error log is stocked on internal SD card, and we attach here in the XDA thread, and he manages to find what is the problem with the kernel and what causes that error. So he makes sure that the next release will be more stable and more efficient. Since now I have to admit I haven't got any boot loops, any problems with this kernel, anything. I must admit this is a very rock stable for me, for my Samsung Galaxy S4, which is the I9005, the Samsung based on TouchWiz. And as you may see here, down here below the downloads section, there are three versions for this available for this kernel. First of all is the AOSP Android open source project. This is for the users that are running Cyanogen mode or Slimcat or Slimbean or ROMs like this based on open source. The second version is based on Google Edition, and as you may know, Galaxy S4 comes with two variants: the Samsung based on TouchWiz and the Google Edition. Google Edition is some sort of the firmware which is running on Nexus devices, the Nexus 4, the Nexus 5, and so on. So please make sure before you flash that you're running the right version of Android, and then you won't need anything besides wiping cache in order to flash the kernel. Now, any other perspectives for this kernel? It is based on Linux. It has optimized kernel configuration. It allows you to overclock your CPU up to 2322 MHz. That means 2.3 gig. I use it at a stock frequency of 1.8 gig. Maybe that's the most stable one, but I heard people who went up to 1 without undervoltaging their CPU, and it was rock stable. So there are no problems with the overclocking. This kernel benefits of an app called Ktoonez. I will show you in the second part this app. Any other things that should keep you in mind? Schedulers, tabs and schedulers over here, governors, and this was the first part of this review. I'll get you guys in the next the second part. So guys, I'm here with the second part of this review. As I've told you earlier, now I'm reviewing the KT kernel on my own device, the Samsung Galaxy S4. Just to make you sure guys, I'm running KT kernel. I will show you here. Kernel version KT Samsung Galaxy S4 from 19th of June. Now, let me introduce you Ktoonez. This is the app that controls the whole kernel. It's like the heart of the kernel for this kernel. We'll get through it to all of its settings, just to make you sure guys you understand how they works, and in the way that at the end of this review you will say, oh my god, this is a good kernel, it's worth trying and worth giving a shot for 1 week to 2, or maybe the lifetime of your device. I've been running this kernel since I got my device. I had the first Galaxy S, the Galaxy S1, and then I upgraded to this, and afterwards I flashed Omega ROM and this beautiful kernel. So the first thing you need to know is here, CPU settings. I was talking about overclock. As you can see here, it is overclockable up to, let me, 2.3 gig, and I won't let the slider down because I risk crashing the device, the CPU. You can enable overclock here, or you can just disable and keep it as stock as possible. Lock frequencies. Okay. Another thing, important thing you need to do if you don't want to mess with your own preferences, is that you got profile and scripts. What are these? There are different people who made profiles based on their preferences and share with us, with other users, so the users can use them as for daily usage. Okay, and I will show you a couple of them. We may go here to Ktoonez shop profiles and download the Ktoonez shop list, and due to an update to the Ktoonez, to this app, they were sorted in a very familiar way. So conservative profiles means that they use less power and they enhance the battery life. The balanced is some sort of profile between performance and battery life. So it's right in the middle of the story. And performance, as you may know, they use the performance governor in order for this device to give its maximum performance. And I'm using Ktoonesified V6. Sorry for my pronunciation. I'm a little bit tired. It's 10 p.m. in Romania here, and I promised KT to make this review as fast as I could. So Ktoonesified V6, I'm using this, and it is rock stable. It helps battery lives. It keeps it. Let me tell you. let me show you if I got the battery stats over here. So no, not really. I've been charging this phone 2 times this day. Okay, so I was talking about I just want to I just want to give you an advice about the battery life. It keeps normal. It is calibrated right now because after you flash it, it needs to be calibrated by some cycles. So you need to let it discharge to 0%, then charge it up to 100 without interrupting, or some sort like this. So main settings, I talked about the GPU settings here. Any other things? There are profiles. Every single thing over here has its own CPU setting. Like if while your screen is off, you want your CPU to be set at maximum 0.9 gig. So you just go here and screen off profile megahertz and set 918. And that's how it works for media Bluetooth charging while your phone is, charging. Battery and thermal control. CPU settings. This can also let you overclock the GPU up to 627 megahertz, and that is not the most stable thing on this kernel. It has a lot of crashes. So voltage, CPU governor, I keep it simple. This is stock settings. Schedulers are stock. I use SIO. Display settings, this is very interesting because the stock one from Samsung doesn't work on this kernel, and I will show you guys what I mean. Is the screen mode here, and you can see dynamic and standard and not really moving, but dynamic and standard are exactly the same. And what you can do is set here the UI mode to dynamic. The negative mode, it helps saving battery as the ultimate power saving on the Galaxy S5. Outdoor mode, Trinity colors, I use the cool. Settings, LED settings. Oh my god. Messages over messages from the most beautiful girl on the planet. TCP.IP settings, no need to worry about this. Y settings, show those messages. These are notifications which are from this app, especially. Fast charging, I don't recommend using it because it damages the battery in time, so keep it as stock as possible. Wake options. This is that thing. I don't know if it is working. I haven't tried it yet, but I will try it for you. Double tap to wake. Sensor wake. Hold. Let's see if double tap to wake works. It works. Let me try it again. It works beautifully. And this is the feature you will see in the LG G2, I think, Flex or something like this. I'm not an LG fan. An LG fan. Vibrator strength and so on. Voltages. This is for advanced users if you want to tweak the CPU voltages to get more overclocking utility possibility. Tools. There's no need to worry about this. Rebooting, proximity sensor checker, charging current, and so on. Things are set on boot. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please, if you like it, please subscribe. And all credits goes to Ktoonsez for making this great kernel. Blackline Android is probably to make a review on its kernel. And See you guys in the next reviews, walkthroughs, gameplays. I'm gonna make a gameplay for Among the Sleep, the newest game from Krillby Studio, and we'll keep in touch, guys. Okay, bye bye. Black Lion Android is out. Bye.